Check the mic and make sure it sound right.
Hi, I'm DKWILL, and this is DK. We'll talk about it.
So the 75-day outer bound lands in early December, a window that accommodates products that satisfy the generic criteria and have operational plumbing in place. Don't buy that. It does not take the 5 days from the September 18th. That's another portion of the head fake and the delay and the misdirection that has been given to the consuming public. Because those same generic listing rules that they say can only start from 1718 just have been discredited when this occurred right here. And this occurred, as I mentioned before, based on those generic approved listings. It says right here, Grayscale Digital Large Cap Fund was just approved for trading along with the generic listing standards. The starting gun has already been fired. Now it's a matter of the runners running for the tape. But the tape will be different for every runner. It does not take until December. And this is proof of it right here. So a lot of head fake going on, a lot of misdirection going on and misguidance.
And that was an excerpt from my most recent video that the SEC approved the Grayscale ETF. And I made that point, and lo and behold, new information shows that it was right on point. How about Hashdex expands the NCIQ ETF with spot XRP, Solana, and Stellar exposure? That's just one example, and this is from Thursday, September 25, 2025. We'll talk about that. I made another point, and I'm going to let that play out here as well. And then I'm going to show you how those points were supported by recent developments.
That lizard talk, reptilian hissing, I understand it. I don't speak it, but I understand it. So start looking for a rapid succession of approved ETFs, and they probably will not take 75 days from the 18th. Not all of them. Now, that being said, they're still jockeying to put the coffers in their spot funds by owning the assets. So that's probably going to have a lot of turbulence on the price, and we're going to get unexpected price dips and things of that nature because they do not buy high and sell low. They buy low and sell high. But all we have to do is keep our guerrilla grip.
And to that end, here we go. This article from September 25. I actually did this video overnight because of a distraction. XRP price prediction, Ripple token falls even as the SEC approves the Hashdex NASDAQ ETF, including XRP. So yeah, like I said, there are going to be some unexpected price dips, and the price continues to dip on XRP, not because of any substantial reason other than the fact that the institutions need the XRP for their funds. And that's why the price is falling. The price tumbled 2% in the past 24 hours as of the time of this article at 283 as of 4:53 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, even as trading volume surged 25% to 6.49 billion. So if the trading volume surged and the price went down, somebody is always buying when somebody else is selling. And buying pressure should make the price go up, not down. And so taking a look at this, Hashdex expands the NCIQ ETF with spot XRP, Solana, and Stellar exposure. We can see that the ETF itself launched in February of 2025 with spot Bitcoin and Ether or Ethereum. And it will now include XRP, Solana, and Stellar, bringing it to a total of 5 assets. Interestingly enough, it says Hashdex manages the multi-asset crypto ETP in Europe and the multi-asset crypto ETF in Latin America with 1.56 billion in assets under management. And keeping in mind when we looked before at generic listing standards in a prior video, it had to be consistent with the intermarket surveillance group criteria as well. And that's why this exchange traded product is able to be expedited into the US markets. And there's no doubt that the generic listing standards, the new SEC generic listing standards, played a role in the expediency of this Hashdex crypto index ETF, as this article here brings out that they expanded its crypto index fund, including the three prior mentioned assets. And if we look down a little, it says the SEC approved generic listing standards for ETFs in September, paving the way for a faster ETF approval process for eligible cryptocurrencies. And so, as the prior video mentioned, we're going to see a succession of ETFs coming in. They're not all going to dump at once. They're going to come in stages, different runners finishing the race. We're going to see also the depressed price on XRP, as we can see here with XRP now trading at only $2.74. Now, XRP is only going to go so low because people will start mortgaging their houses and everything to get more of those who know what XRP is worth. But we can see that as this article did bring out, the price did tumble. And as my prior video brought out, the price was likely to see a decline because these funds need to fill their coffers and they don't buy high, they buy low. And so there's some type of arrangement in the background, some type of manipulation of price going on right now, where the price is being suppressed for a different reason. You know, they're using everything they can to suppress the price. The SEC lawsuit doesn't do it anymore, in order for them to get their coffers filled up. They're also making it so that the bigger the player, the more likely they're going to get their reduced price, XRP, which is probably why Grayscale led the group in achieving the exchange traded product that they had approved that I covered in the prior video. So we can expect to continue to see things develop. We can expect to continue to see expansions of other ETFs. We're going to continue to see more and more crypto exchange traded products come onto the market based on this new generic listing standards. And as I mentioned in my prior video, it's not going to take until December 1st. By December 1st, the real big players will probably already be in there, and they're going to be ready for the change of the year. And that the change of the year is going to be likely when we get the end of the year going into the change of the years, when we can likely expect to see the price of XRP get a little bit of the boot off of its neck and start heading up more so that they can put their profits on the other side of the tax year, just in case tax regulations do not accommodate no tax on crypto profits. So that's what I expect, folks. Don't let these prices rattle your cage. If anything, if you have the money to buy more, buy more. It's only going to go up. It's not going to keep going down. And like I've said so many times, don't jump over dollar bills to pick up pennies. If you get it at 274 today because you're able and capable and it drops to 250, do not remorse over that, because it's going to bounce and V recovery sooner or later. And when it goes from 250 or 275 or 274 to 8 or 9 or 12, you're not going to care about anything other than the fact that you have it. I'm DK Will. This is DK Will Talk About It. And I've talked about it. Have a wonderful day.
Check the mic and make sure it sound right.